So here we go, we're gonna go start screwing this together. This is our booth for MetalCon. So typically we would be putting all the panels together here in the shop. This one's gonna be in a few different pieces so that we can easily transport it and finalize the assembly actually on the MetalCon floor. So here, what we do once we've got it lined up, you can see all of the dimples and all of the drill holes are completely aligned and ready to go. So this way you can't get any of the components out of alignment, and you make sure everything is square and plumb and flush. It just makes the job really, really easy. Okay, so now that we've got all the screws in it, you can see it pulls itself plumb, flush, everything's great. Everything lays flat, there's no twists or warps in it like you would find with wood. So now all we're gonna do basically is roll it up. Flip it over, and then you can see all of our holes, pre-drilled holes and dimples are all completely in alignment, and it's really easy just to throw the screws in and finish this assembly. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna demonstrate how fast the machine actually prints. This is an 8-foot by 6-foot wall panel, and should take probably a little less than 2 minutes. Okay, there again, that was an 8 by 6 wall. It had specialty castle trusses on top. So there's probably 20 components, but you can imagine what this would take in terms of time and effort if you had to measure and cut each piece of wood, whereas the machine just basically punches it out in under 2 minutes. So in addition to walls and studs and everything else that we produce, we also produce floor trusses and roof trusses as well. Here's an example for our MetalCon booth of one of the roof trusses that we're going to be displaying. It's just a 12-inch truss. It's about 8.5 feet long. But as you can see, there's so many notches and cuts in it that it would take you all day to do this by hand if it was wood. So in this case, we basically had about less than 2 minutes of printing time on the machine. We basically just make sure it's pulled together. And once that's the case, we really just kind of zip it together. And in this case, you know, we can produce any truss kit within a week of order. So throughout the country, when trusses are basically in short supply or in high demand, you know, we can produce these on demand anytime, anywhere, in any size. So as you can see, we're putting our truss together. We've only got a few screws in it, and already you can see that the holes and the dimples are lining up extraordinarily well. So you can see it really brings itself sort of true and square all by itself. There's very little that you have to do as an assembler or as someone who's you know, constructing it. So in this case, as we see, the holes are basically ready to go. We just continue to put the screws right where they go, and it'll bring everything in perfect alignment, even, you know, to the 32nd of an inch. All right, all of those are in. There you have it, complete truss, one guy, under 5 minutes. Repeat, over and over, till we're done. Okay, so here's another thing that we're gonna be demonstrating, and this is the ability to make a curved wall. So what we've done here is we've notched out the top plate. The bottom plate will be notched out the same. We're gonna put a series of all these studs, and then we'll go ahead and cut the inside of each one of these top notches, and that'll allow us to fold or sort of accordion the wall in order to make it round. If you can see here, all we're doing really is pulling each one of these trusses into place. So we just line them up, snap them into place. And as we do that, they're all ready to, again, be screwed into place. We see how easy it is. Everything's lined up. We don't have to measure anything. We don't have to worry about anything being out of place. It's just a matter of getting these things in to the dimples. Simple as that. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. Run the screws in here, and then we will be ready to create our curved or bending wall. All we do really is to put this end cap on. This is the bottom half of the wall plate. So we're going to just start, snap it on the first one. Then all we have to do is really bang it on. The whole time we're doing this, we're just lining up each one of the studs, moving each one to meet the dimple. As it comes into place with the dimple, no measuring, no cutting, everything's exactly as it should be. You have a perfectly vertical wall. So here we have all the components that we're going to use for our display booth at MetalCon. Each one of the panels is going to be assembled on the site.